This podcast is talking about why I do extended anatomic chin implants. So what an extended anatomic chin implant is an implant that extends across the jawline, across the jowl area, all the way up to the sort of middle part of the jawbone. The reason I do this is several-fold. First of all, in the old days, the old style of implant was called a button implant, and the button implant was this very small implant that just was over the center part of the chin. The real problem with these implants was that they were unstable, that they actually over time could rotate, shift, and migrate. And that's the biggest issue with it, besides the fact that they're unesthetically pleasing because they're too short and small. With the extended anatomic implant, I'm placing them into a triplanar pocket, which means on the sides, I'm placing them into below the lining of the periosteum on the sides. So even if I don't use anchoring sutures, which I do to the periosteum in the midline, that implant should not migrate. And over time, because it's silicone, there's a fixation to the implant which prevents it from being rotated. So the great thing over time is that implant does not require any fixation sutures, does not require any permanent screws or anything, and that implant's not going to move, migrate, shift. By using the extended anatomic, it's far more stable so that this implant should not ever migrate or shift. It's one of the big reasons why I use an extended anatomic. The other reason I use it is that when you're placing it across the entire jawline, it augments the entire jawline, and it looks much more attractive, because a lot of people that have a weak chin don't just have the weak central chin, but their entire jawbone is weak. So by enhancing that central zone, it really can help provide a smooth and more attractive augmentation to that entire jawline. And that brings me to that next point, which is the tapering. So there's no abrupt change. So in the old days with the button implants, the small, large central implant would have no transition zone over to the outer mandible or outer jawline, and so that it would just fall off. And you could sometimes see the abrupt transition. With the smooth tapering of these implants that go almost to a flat profile laterally or farther out to the sides, you don't see a transition. You may feel the edge of the implant if you go and put your finger very deep and rub it. You would have to really try to find it and feel it to feel that edge. But the goal of the implant is that it slides all the way across and provides a smoothly tapered appearance that looks very, very attractive, and you don't see any abrupt changes. The other benefit is oftentimes when we get older, that pre-jowl, which is the area just anterior or medial to the jowl itself, the jowl is the thing that hangs down, is oftentimes empty in appearance, and that's sometimes where I put fat grafting. Well, with the implant, you actually provide a very strong pre-jowl implantation or augmentation to that area, which looks really good in both youth as well as aging. So it almost helps counterbalance a little bit of aging over time. And I oftentimes do it with a facelift or neck lift to provide better counter pull. If you think about a jawbone that's much stronger, if you pull that facelift around a stronger fulcrum, you get a much better lift in those that have a weak chin. So I really prefer the extended anatomic implant, and my preferred type of implant is called the conform. The reason I like the conform, it's very soft. It blends into the zone that is the chin itself, so it molds to the chin. And also it causes, I believe, less bone resorption issues or other problems, because it's not a hard implant that's being pressed against the chin bone, but it conforms to the shape, and it's a much more gentle appearance to the implant itself, or to the chin itself. And that's why I prefer to do an extended anatomic chin implant.